Hello, everyone. My name is Terry, and this is Evolving Always Productions. And of course, I love to bring you phenomenal people that can help enrich you mentally, physically, as well as financially. Today, we have a phenomenal individual named Donavan. He's the FootPrinse on Instagram, so I highly recommend that you follow him. I have the name tagged below. If you're listening on your podcast, it's Prince, Prinse, but also I'll have it in the comments on the podcast. I highly recommend you follow him. He is a serial entrepreneur. He gets your kicks looking like new again. And along with, he also has e-commerce businesses that he works on. He just has a lot of knowledge and a lot of different things. So I am so happy to have him on. Hey, Donovan, how are you? How's your day been?
I'm good, Terry. It's a regular day. I'm just sitting here in my little homemade shop. You know, got the shoes and stuff around, and probably gonna do some work after this interview, most likely. Regular
Yeah,
day.
because you work all the time. Probably gonna do another video too, right?
Yeah. yes. That's definitely part of my day. Every day I'm working on videos and updates, just trying to stay relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how I found you. Because I was like on Instagram one day, and I was like saw this like shoe video pop up, and I was like, it just for some reason it caught my eye because it was like different. You were doing like all this different stuff with it and everything. I'm just gonna say hello to a couple of ladies out here. Hey Tasha, hey Wendy, hello Rhonda. Thank you for joining. And a lot of these people that are going to be joining, they are entrepreneurs, so they are interested in other aspects of the business. They also have e-commerce businesses as well. So we definitely want to hear a lot. So what made you get into the shoe industry? Talk to us about that.
Um, that had happened. I had my son. I had my son, and I was truck driving.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just even with that, I just still wasn't making enough. And I spoke to one of my friends, and I asked her. She had more children at that time. She had more children than I was having my first one. I said, like, how do you do it? And she told me about Poshmark. So I went downtown to my local thrift store. After she told me that, like, that's what she does, or she'll have old stuff in her house. And I found a pair of Crocs, and they were like, $3 or whatever. And I put them on Poshmark, and I woke up the next morning and they were sold. And that's that's in a nutshell. That's how it all started like that. And I just started cleaning up the shoes after that. Like little, I would find shoes where someone had like little problems with it, and that all added up to my page. Like all the stuff that you see today, like those are all the problems that I faced over the course of the years of picking up, shoes and fixing them up, and throwing them wherever I can put them online for sale.
So you just taught yourself how to do all this stuff because you do some really extensive stuff. You're painting, you're like resoling, gluing. So
Yeah.
you just kind of just figured it out. Is that what happened?
Yes, that's how it happened. That's
That's amazing.
what was, I mean, it was for me. What triggered me was the fry booth, because I never knew about fry, and I seen how much the fry booths were worth, and I was like, I gotta fix these. Like it was a little problem with them. I was like, I have to fix this because people want them.
Right, right.
So that's how that went. I would try anything on them until they were until they were ready to go. You know.
And you have like a lot of clients now, right? Like you have people that are coming to you all the time now
Yeah.
to just do this,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. I never saw that coming. I initially got on Instagram just to show other people how to do it. Like that was just me because it helped me. I moved out of my old neighborhood and I just got on Instagram and I was like, maybe somebody else could use this and maybe they could move out of a place, or wherever they, whatever they wanted to do. So I was just showing people, and then people started asking me, hey, could you fix my shoes? And I was like, no problem, no problem. Just send them to me or whatever. I'll fix them up for you.
Mm-hmm.
So That's how
But
that.
you have like a lot of clients now because every time I turn around, you're doing like a lot of videos, new client,
Yeah.
um, and you probably more so specialize. I'm thinking in the high end sneakers. Is that correct?
Yes. Discontinue sneakers. Um. We say like discontinue high end. Um. Like I can do Alexander McQueen's and stuff like that. Jordans weren't. They not that. Their Jordans aren't that exclusive. You see me work with those a lot, but that's not the ones that are really like of that high kind of value like that.
Hmm.
Yes, but you are correct. They got to be discontinued or high value or something. Send some sentimental value to somebody, and we'll work with those.
Yeah, because and do they sometimes just ask you to like paint them different colors, or how's that work? Because I know you do a lot of painting as well, correct?
Yes. No, no. The color change, not really. I don't get that too much. Maybe a dye. I've done some Uggs. There was a lady, she wanted her Uggs dyed a different color, so they went from brown to red or the burgundy Uggs.
Oh wow! So
Yeah.
do you get to do that often, or because I know Uggs are obviously they're kind of big, so.
No, I don't know because I don't think nobody's ever seen it. Like that video was so far down, like in my profile, that nobody even. I don't think nobody knows you can dye your Uggs like that. So
You need to bring that video back out. Okay, so for people that are listening, you can dye your Uggs. And obviously the Footprints knows how. Remember, you got to follow him on Instagram and get with him. He can hook you up on that. And I've gone to your Poshmark boutique. It's really nice. I love the stuff that you have in there. So you have a great selection.
thank you.
Um, yeah, so I know you've been married for 15 years, right? So where did you meet your wife?
I met my wife in my hometown of Patterson, New Jersey.
Oh,
That,
okay.
yeah. I came back. I was staying in Virginia, and I came back, and I ended up staying. I met my wife in my hometown, and ended up staying there for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it a funny story how y'all met or anything?
No, it wasn't nothing too funny about it. Nah. We just a friend of a friend, and I met her, and I really liked her. She was very kind to me. It was very different. Like she showed me. I wasn't used to affection really. And
Okay.
that's one part that really she remembered a lot of stuff about me and things that I liked, and it was like I was like, wow, somebody really like paying attention to me. And I took a liking to her and stayed with her.
So that's interesting that you mentioned that, Donovan. So basically, like how you were raised, I guess your family didn't do a lot of I guess show affection like that. Is that pretty much correct? Or
Nah, I mean it wasn't as I can't say it's as much as my wife is. No.
hmm. Yeah, because that's so key, isn't it, in a relationship? So that's good that that happened and that came into your life. So she actually helped you grow in that department, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, well,
Absolutely.
that's cool. That is really awesome. So the other interesting thing is, so you basically taught yourself about the shoes, which I didn't really realize that because you do some really amazing stuff. Like I said, y'all definitely want to follow him on Instagram and check him out. He's got a lot of cool videos, and yeah, you should pull that video back up about the Uggs. That's pretty cool. Um, that you can paint them. Now, you said you were a prize fighter, professional boxer. Talk to us about that. And how long ago was that?
Yeah, that was it wasn't too long ago. I think it ended about 6 years ago, 6, 7 years ago. That was just a hobby I picked up as a kid. My uncle was in the fighting. He used to show me all the kung fu movies and Bruce Lee and all of that. And I took it to another I took it to another level and actually went down to the gym and actually tried to do it, tried to perform it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
And then you started, like you said, getting in. So were you doing like the kickboxing boxing, or were you doing like, because I know there's different forms, or were you doing like the regular boxing?
no, regular boxing, Muhammad Ali, Just
That
tradition.
type of boxing. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long did you do? I know you said you ended it about 6 years ago, but how long did you do that for?
I did that from when I was 19 up until I was 29 years old.
Wow. Oh my God, 10 years. Okay. You did that for a while. And obviously you must have did well. So because you said you were a prize fighter. So that's actually really cool. What weight class were you in?
One set I was in 178. I was a light heavyweight, and then
Okay, light heavyweight. Yep.
and
That's
I
it.
went down to 168. And I was a super middleweight, and we stopped there. I was really thin, dangerously thin, and it was
Yeah, because you have to work on that sometime, right? When you're trying to change your weight classes and stuff. And then like you said, because you were like you were a light heavyweight and then you went down to the medium weight. So I know you had to work on losing that weight. And that can be kind of hard. I do know that.
very hard.
So you also mentioned that you used to be a truck driver and
Yeah.
you drove all around, which is funny because my husband's a truck driver too. He has a truck driving
Well,
business. He does actually leave the country though too. But I know you said you stayed in the United States. So how long did you do that?
I did that for 5 years. I did trucking. After I finished boxing, then I went on. I had my son, and I just found another job, basically. Like that's what it was.
Hmm.
And the boxing money it wasn't as fast, I could say, as the trucking money at that time. So
Right.
I went over and I said, I could do this trucking thing and see my son every once in a while. So I did that for about 5 years.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus too, because with fighting, you have to like wait to certain events and stuff like that, right? It's
Yeah.
kind of like it's not like you're going to be having a fight. Well, if you're doing it the right way, you're not supposed to be having a fight every week. You know what I mean when I
Oh,
say that.
yeah. You don't get a check every 2 weeks. No.
Right.
No.
That is true because you were doing it the right way. You weren't like in the streets fighting.
Nah, nah.
But anyway, yeah, yeah, doing all that driving though can be something, especially like you said, when you have a little one, you want to, get home. I totally understand that for sure. So, now this is interesting. So you said you're an ex stock market trader. So what's up with that? I'm going to ask why you're an ex in a second. Because I trade stocks. Obviously, me and my husband both do that. But
No,
anyway.
I was on Instagram and I was trying to give people advice. Like I had a page set up for that, and
Hmm.
I think I didn't gain a lot of traction because I wasn't I wasn't making like $500 trades and stuff like that. So there was
Hmm.
one I shouldn't have left, but there was just a couple people they hit me up in the DMs and they were just like, well, how much money you actually made, in a single trade, and
Hmm.
I told him, I was like, well, I made $40, in a single trade, and I would get like no response back, no feedback after that. And I was just like, wow. And I was like, okay, so these people want to make more money at a certain time, or like I wasn't qualified to be. That's how I felt. Like I wasn't qualified to be a stock trader since I didn't make a single $500 trade. But
But are you in the stock market at all now, like for yourself, investing for yourself?
yes, 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 absolutely.
Okay. Really, that's what it all that's what it's all about. You know how to invest. And then what people don't understand is you're talking about in a particular day, if you made $40 a day trading, that adds up.
That's what I don't.
Yeah, and that's money that's sitting there. If that was the case, if that's what you made, there's different forms of trading. We know that. There's like, depending on what you're doing, futures trading, options trading, like you said, there's big money. But even if you made $40 a day, that's going to increase and going to be a lot. You're not going to make $40 a day in a savings account just
No,
sitting.
absolutely not. Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, but sometimes people don't understand that. So yeah, definitely increasing $40 a day is actually a plus. But at least you're still in the market, because that's why I wondered. Because when you said X, I say I hope you're still in the market, because there's a lot of money to be made in there for sure. So you used to train people. That was one of your businesses that you used to do. So how long were you a personal trainer?
That was very short lived. That was before I started prize fighting. So
Mm-hmm.
I would people wanted to know, like you said, like how I lost weight. So I
Right.
started at the gym. There was a gym in my neighborhood in Patterson at the mall. I worked for them, and some people came to my home, But it was probably like I would just say maybe about a year.
Mm-hmm.
I set up a little thing for that. People could see the recipes and stuff that I ate, how I lost weight as a fighter. It's different. It's not like your regular weight loss routines that you see. Like I could say, for example, one of mine, I'm not recommending nobody do this either. I'm just gonna just tell you. So I'm not telling you to do this. And if you do, like, get somebody there with you because you want to have somebody there just in case anything happens. But I used to turn
Right.
as a fighter in my house. I would go turn the thermostat up in my house to get the hot water to come over a little higher, and I would fill the tub up that way to uh, It would get pretty hot to the point that I was
Mm-hmm.
water and sweat, and that was one of my ways to shed like a lot of extra weight.
Well, that's something you learn as a fighter anyway, right? That was one of the techniques that y'all learned as a fighter to lose weight anyway. So
Yeah,
that was just something you were teaching them for people that are like trying to lose it really fast, obviously. And
yeah,
it's, yeah.
yeah. If you had to, I don't. Like I said, I don't recommend it, but
Yeah, I understand what you mean because it's only for certain scenarios, like in your scenario. So if someone's listening to this and they're into fighting, it's great advice because that is one of the tactics that y'all had to utilize
right,
uh, to
right.
lose the weight fast. What are some other things you had to do to lose weight fast? For what you were doing in that industry.
The eating was
Hmm.
part of it. Like I wasn't eating a lot of during that time before the fight. I wasn't eating a lot of carbohydrates like
Hmm.
pasta, rice, potatoes. Like a lot of that stuff was because I was eating a lot of fat, a lot of fat,
Hmm.
a lot of fatty foods, and a lot of vegetables up until maybe like 3 or 4 days before a fight or something like that. So
Okay.
probably for about a whole month and a month like that's I was just eating the same thing every day like that. but
Well, they say that you have to do that sometimes if you're trying to get a certain like weight, even though for some people that like that's boring if you're eating the same thing every day. I can relate to that though. So you also used to be a vegan too. You were a vegan for like a year, is that right?
at the same time same time I was training, and I'm
Oh,
training
okay.
that all
So
that
how
all
did you like being a vegan?
huh?
Because I see you said you were one. So how did you like that? It wasn't something that you wanted to stick with, huh?
Nah, I just couldn't make it. It was just so tempting. I mean, that was all part of the weight loss thing, and part of the fighting set. So let me try and see what happens if I go vegan, because I was already going down that alley. And they had like so much stuff for the vegans that, like you saying, like how I was a vegan, like for the meat, they had like
Hmm.
companies like Morningstar, Boca, and I was still eating that stuff. Like
Right.
sitting there munching down, like I got a burger in my hand, and like after I say, like after you wouldn't catch yourself, but eventually you're gonna find yourself eating a real burger. Like it's just the habit of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still
Yeah, because I can see why you would say that because you're still,
eating
and it's that got the same texture.
yeah,
Yeah.
you
Hmm.
still doing it, and I was just like,
Hmm.
after
I didn't
about
think about it that way, but that's actually great advice because I always wonder about that too because I'm like, if you're gonna be vegan, why don't you just be vegan? Why try to eat stuff that mimics meat
you got
and stuff like that? Even though there is something I can't remember who makes this, but there is one company that makes bacon, and it's not real bacon, obviously, but it's made out of like I want to say it's beans
uh-huh.
and it is so delicious. That's the only thing that I like really love, and I've been trying to find it, because I used to get it from I could just go in a grocery store and pick it up, but
Yeah.
I can't anymore. But it was like really delicious because a lot of the I guess vegan bacon tastes like rubber to me. I did try one time. It tasted like rubber. I was like, who can eat this?
Yeah, Yeah.
But I do like the veggie burgers that are made with beans. But
Yeah.
those promise burgers, those things give you heartburn just as bad as a regular burger. I don't know if you ever had a promise burger before, have you?
Where's that from?
Well, you can actually there are a lot of times in restaurants. So I know Burger King does one. That's how I actually tried one. And I said, yeah, I got my husband to try it too. I said, yeah, let's try this promise burger. I said, it's supposed to be healthier and stuff. I got like the worst heartburn imaginable.
Wow.
And then they were talking about it. Apparently, they put a lot of soy in it, for one thing. They put a whole bunch of soy in it. So it's got a lot of sodium, all of that stuff. It was just horrible. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh. I said, this is like the worst. The worst. So I never tried it again. So every time I see it, like you use certain restaurants will advertise, say, yeah, this is the problem. I'm like, I said, no, I don't want that. So in other words, don't try it.
Promise to give you.
It's horrible to me, but it really does. It really does taste like real meat.
Yeah,
basically, it does. So. What was I going to tell you? So, what would you tell somebody that wants to get into? What would you tell somebody that wants to get into doing what you're doing? Regards a lot of tools and stuff as well that you utilize.
Like as far as what aspect you mean? Like doing the shoot or doing the online?
Yeah, if they wanted to get into that business, yeah, where they're trying to get shoes back to their former glory and all that good stuff like you do, get clientele. What are some tips you would recommend for them?
How I would say how I started. Like I said from the beginning, I started with the Crocs. I would say since you're not gonna have the tools and stuff at the beginning, I would say go with Crocs or hunter boots. Any of those rough, easy clean materials. I wouldn't say pick up too much suede and mesh and stuff like that, because you're gonna have but those take other tools and chemicals to fix. So I would say find those Crocs, Dansko, Hunter boots. What else I got? Duck boots, like LL Bean.
Yeah, Hunter boots are pretty popular, definitely. Yeah. So and if they wanted to get more detail, where are some places where they get their instruments and stuff like that from? If they wanted to get more detail,
go to Lowe's or Home Depot. I don't have I don't have too many complex tools. I mean,
but they could just go to their local hardware store, right? Basically,
Dollar Tree, Dollar General.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have too many other. The only thing that's gonna be complicated, if it's sewing, but I only did that because of the business. That was it.
And it makes sense that there's gonna be times that you have to sew actually to get it to look right. So they're gonna have to. Now, I saw you sew one time, and I'm trying to remember how you did it. Do you have the handheld device, or you have the regular sewing machine? Because I forgot how you did it.
I got a sewing machine, a handheld device, and then I got hand tools. It's three avenues. I go down with that.
Okay. So really, if they want to get good, if they want to get good, eventually invest in that too. And then probably the handheld, like I say, the position of the shoe and all that kind of stuff. But a handheld and a regular sewing machine, these things. And they need to look at y'all, and y'all need to look at his video, what he does. And I know you even like I said, you even re-glue soles and all that kind of stuff too, right?
Yes, man. Uggs, Jordans. Yeah, we do a lot of that. All of the videos. I'm trying to put a site together and put all the tools on the site, and then put the instructional video up there, so people can start doing it themselves.
Well, you have to do a webinar.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure people would pay to check it out. You should do a webinar. Yep. And because you could actually tell them how you use this tool and how to use that one. You know,
Yes.
because you can, like you said, right now, because you're working all the time. Like once you get off of me, you're gonna be working some more. I already know. So
Yes.
like as you're doing the stuff that you're doing, take a video and then like you're gonna say, so that's when I was doing such and such, and you have to use that.
Right. Right.
But you already got like a lot of videos already. I
I
know.
do. Yeah. That's why I'm thinking about just taking those and putting them.
Hmm.
I don't know. Come with the instructional video. Come with the tool or something like that. Or
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure you can ask some people really interested in that because, as you know, people are really getting it. Well, first, people are really getting into the vintage going on now too. So there's a big thing. Vintage is becoming really huge. So that's where that would be handy as well. And then all the e-commerce that everybody is doing. So how many? So I know you're on Poshmark. What other sites do you utilize as well?
man, we on all of them, man. We on Poshmark, eBay, Macari. We went to the Trade Etsy. I left because the payment,
Tracy. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was too slow. It was like 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, all those other ones. I tried them all. Vestiaire.
Oh yeah, yeah, Vestiaire, and that one's kind of a new one, right?
Yeah,
Vestiaire. It's not like, well, you know what I mean when I say new. I think it's probably been around what for like a year.
yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I checked it out. And then I also checked that one called. It's got a really weird name.
Which
You
one?
may have checked it out too. It's called.
What color? You remember the color of it?
No, but I think it's like Mimosa or no, not Mimosa. It's Mimosh or something like that. I don't know. It's something that it's kind of weird. It's a weird name. I'll probably send you the link and let you see it. But I don't like the setup of that one. So I heard Depop actually has free shipping now. I don't know if you ever did anything on Depop.
Yeah.
Did
Yes,
you ever do?
yeah, we're on
Huh?
Depop. I'm on
You're
Depop.
on Depop. Yeah, I heard they got free shipping now.
Yeah. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
trying to join the party.
Oh, hey.
Saying
How
hi.
you doing?
Bye. This is the son I was telling you about.
So
It's
how old are you now?
4. All right, you've seen everybody now, so go have a good one now.
He is too cute. But yeah, because I heard Depop's shipping is free. And then are you utilizing Poshmark's how you can change the shipping on Poshmark now when you're doing your listing? Are you utilizing that?
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, so now when you like list, or even if you do like an edit, like you want to edit some of your listings,
Yeah.
it'll give you the option to put whatever shipping you want to put in there. So you can make it shipping $5.95, you can make it $4.99, or you can do it free shipping. Yeah,
Okay,
it's pretty
okay.
cool. Yeah, it's really cool. So you no longer have to like send out offers. For me personally, how I'm utilizing it is well, I have to tell you later. Can't tell everybody, everything, but I'll tell you later how I actually utilize it. But yeah, definitely. That's up there now. And then they even added the video, but that's new. They added the part where you can add a video on now, which
Yeah.
is kind of cool. Yeah. So like when you're taking pictures of your listing, now you can add a video as well. So yeah, Poshmark is doing some stuff.
Okay.
Definitely. So what's some advice you would give people trying to get started in e-commerce? Because you're like on all the sites. What would you recommend to someone that's trying to make money that way?
Um, establishing yourself. I would say like on social media is like a seller. I think that would
Okay.
be advice I would give you. Like, start letting people get to know you and, be transparent, show them what you're doing and just establishing yourself as a seller. Like I have things, I have a collection now and just start branding yourself. Start not
Branding yourself is important. I agree with that.
not changing who you are, but just let people know like I'm changing now. I'm doing some other things and tell them what your mission is and just so people can think about you when things like with me, like with the shoes. Like people think about the shoes and they say, hey, my cousin does that or my brother, great with shoes and stuff like that. You know, just keep pushing your new identity out there. That would be my advice.
And you do that because you definitely show people what you're doing with shoes all the time. And you do like a lot of videos on that. So you're so right. So I know that's probably how you get clients all the time because they're probably seeing that. They're like, oh, this guy is like, doing shoes. Have people told you that before? They're like, yeah, I saw you on social media doing shoes. You get clients that way?
Yes, consistency. Definitely consistency.
Yeah, you're right about that. Consistency is so key. I totally agree with you there. And you're definitely consistent on that for sure. So where do you see yourself going with your business in the next 5 years?
I see us hiring people to do the job. Like I don't see myself fixing the shoes up probably within the next year and a half, to be honest with you. I'm probably gonna end up showing somebody else how to do it and more people and taking off from there. And I think the e-commerce store is gonna take off. That's just my opinion.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I think you're totally right about that. And you need someone to actually learn to do what you're doing currently, right, so you can have more time.
Yes, that's the key.
So let me ask you a question, because obviously I know you have clients that come to you to just get their stuff fixed. Like they're not trying to sell it. They want what they've got fixed. And I know you do a lot of that.
Yes.
But obviously you're also sourcing to sell. So when do you get the time? Because I'm trying to figure that out too. Or do you have a partner that helps you source?
Yeah, she does, but for the most part, when I'm going to deliver, I go to drop off an item, then I pick up an item. That's my thing.
Okay.
Or right there downtown. So I just go downtown, I drop off. If I sell 3 shoes, I'll go pick up 3 shoes and bring those back, and go from there. Just rinse and repeat.
Okay, so you're very organized with your stuff then. So you're not like, and I'm guilty of this, but so you're not one of those people you just love sourcing all the time. You source. You are a total source with intent. It's like once you sold some, then you're gonna go out there and pick up some. Okay.
Yeah.
I do like that That's actually really smart, and that keeps your place from being so. Because I got a warehouse situation going on in mine, so that keeps your place more organized.
I did it.
That's good.
I did it.
Yeah, exactly, Lisa. I mean, he's very logical and on point on that. He's like, when I sell 3, I'm gonna go out and pick 3. Same space. It's the same space. You don't have to like make up some space. Yeah, everybody needs to hear that one. So that's a gem right there.
I want to do it. Don't get me wrong. Like I see stuff and I'm like, yo, I get the urge all the time. I just walk by and I'm like, I'm not going in. If I don't need nothing, like I'm not going. And I go by there. So it does take discipline. I do. I did that the first year and I ended up with bags of stuff that like never sold, and I was just like, this, I can't be like this, You gotta end up.
No, you're doing right. I mean, that is a totally good. That's advice I need to hear. Let's see, 5-6 years ago. I need to hear that 5 or 6 years ago. No, it is great advice, though, seriously, because and. Being in the industry, and I have quite a few e-commerce, and now I'm getting into Amazon. Me and my husband are getting into Amazon as well. But you do end up acquiring a lot of stuff. But at the same time, I like the thought process you're having. Something has to go out before I bring it in.
Right.
To the point. It seems like a simple process, but I know a lot of us aren't doing it. So I'll be spreading that gem for sure. So and you do have a very, like I said, because I haven't been to your other ones, but I've been on Poshmark. You have a very nice Poshmark closet, and I think it's I want to make sure I'm spelling this right. It's Champion 84, right?
Yes. Yep.
Did I spell that right? Y'all can laugh if I did. I spelled that correct, right? Can you see that in comments?
I can't. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Don't worry about it. That's why, because you're using your phone.
Yeah.
It's CHAMPION 84, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, yeah. So I put it in comments if they want to check you out. That's the Poshmark, your Poshmark store. Yeah, because it's really nice. And y'all take really great photos too. Do both you and your wife do that, or do you do that?
No, she does all of that. I don't.
Well,
I
she
don't.
does a great job. So you tell her that we said that. I mean, her photos look really great. It's very inviting, very crisp looking. So, have you thought about doing any sales online on Instagram, or have you done any sales online that I may have missed
Like,
on Instagram?
you mean like a 30% off or something like that?
Oh no, I apologize. I can see why you got confused. It's the way I communicated it. No, have you ever like tried to do live sales on Instagram? Because that's something I'm thinking about getting into, like where you sell product on, live on Instagram. Have you done that yet?
No, I I thought about it, but the people that are watching me, like I've sent out a lot of DMs, and I don't the feedback I got back is they weren't really like people looking to buy. Like they were all like mostly resellers or they fix shoes themselves. So I didn't take that chance to do that. I just that's just me. I just didn't think it will work on the page that I'm on right now with those people.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't.
Well, you've got a lot of nice stuff that I saw in Poshmark. You and your wife might want to consider it. I'm going to start doing it. It's becoming kind of a big thing now where people are starting to do Instagram sales. I know some people that have been doing them, but now more people are doing them. Like I have friends that have just started doing it. And I've got a setup already that I'm going to start doing it myself. So yeah, I'll try to tag you the next time I do it. It'll be my first one, so try not to laugh too hard when it happens. But but I say, hey, might as well give it a go.
This gonna be your first time doing like something like that?
Yeah, like that. Selling it like live. I do lives all the time. So I'm on Instagram live. Of course, we're doing this live as I talk, but I haven't actually like say, okay, this is this handbag. No, I haven't done that. So I'm going to do that, give it a go, because I've been seeing a lot of people do it. I said, you know what, I need to do it. Especially when they're like, yeah, I made this moment. I said, yeah, I need to get up there and start doing it. Right. Seriously. So yeah, that's something I'm going to do. But you had a good goal. So you're definitely going to get a team of people doing what you're doing, which is smart. Is there any other form of ways people get out to you? Is it just like customers that come to you that get you to do the shoes? I'm assuming they're spreading the word as well, correct?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't know if they know each
because
other.
you do have like a lot of clients that seem to keep popping. I was just wondering if they were doing the word of mouth and stuff like that. Hopefully they are, right?
I think that's happening more on my partner side because she goes out to like art shows and stuff like that, and she's very adamant about that. Like me and her, we battle out all the time. I'm social media. And that's how I try to connect to people, try to connect to the world. Like I said, I only go outside to the post office, go to the thrift store, and I'm back. Like that's my whole circle. And if I speak to someone, it's at the post office. I'm like, hey, I fix shoes. Or what are you doing here at the post office? Do you sell on eBay? And I'm talking to people at the post office. But for her, that's the only time I do it outside. I'm social media. For her, she's in the art shows. She's on the street. And I believe that's where her clients are coming from. But speaking for myself, I don't think it's word of mouth for me.
So now, is this your wife or a partner that you have?
No, that's my business partner.
Now, did I see her at one of your lives one time?
Yes.
I'm trying to remember. I think I did because she seemed like she was really nice and y'all were sitting there and y'all were talking. So she does a lot of, I guess what you're calling networking out and about, so to speak.
Yeah, she's
okay.
She campaign on the street.
Mm-hmm.
She's in New York. She's in.
She's in New York, so that kind of makes sense, actually. Yeah, because you're gonna run into a lot of people and stuff like that. But I understand what you're saying. I totally agree with you. You do have to have a social media presence. You do. Yeah. And then you're already utilizing it because you're doing a lot of videos and people cannot kind of like, look at your journey of what you're doing. But social media does, it's the wave of the future. So are you on the Facebook Marketplace
Yes.
also?
Yeah.
And you probably do well on the Facebook Marketplace, I'm assuming. Is that correct?
Sometime it depends on what it is. Not with shoes too much. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not really with shoes, but for like kitchenware, like if I find like a KitchenAid or something like that, or Breville, like those are like, as soon as I put that, I know where to put that, and I would go straight to the market. Like I know people in my area, they're looking for kitchenware, furniture, maybe some the electric scooters and stuff for the kids and stuff like that around the neighborhood. So those are the kind of things, but not the shoes. But I do fairly well.
Yeah, and see, I'm glad you brought that up. So I'm hearing that a lot. So not just from you. It seems that when people do well on Facebook, it's most of the time, I guess they're called hard goods, right? Pretty much what you just described. Because I'm noticing that as well, because I can't seem to sell what I've got at all. I've been on Facebook Marketplace and I don't have hard goods up there. So I'm thinking, I'll take it back. I did put something on Facebook. It's a vintage chair that I do think is going to sell.
Okay.
I'm not going to do a ship on that because it gives you the option now. If all of it's ship or local, but I said for that's just going to be local. I'm not trying to ship a chair. Even though it was like trying to get me to ship. I'm like, no, I'm not shipping a chair. I can't even phantom putting wrapping my hands around trying to ship a chair. Not doing it. I said so. I just put local. For that. Yeah, but I'm glad you said that because I'm hearing the same thing, that people that are doing well on Facebook Marketplace, it is the hard goods.
Yes.
And I've heard the same thing in regards to shoes. I even hear sometimes that Facebook will block the amount of shoes you put up there. I heard that from someone. I don't really know why they do that, but that's what I heard. So
that's one of the reasons I stopped too. I was putting up I would put up a pair of Michael Kors and Facebook will hit me right back like, you're not allowed to put up counterfeit items, and I was just.
And they're not counterfeit. It's crazy. It is crazy, yeah. So I'm like, for me, it's not my favorite place, but I do have some friends, and obviously you're doing really well too. They do well. They're like, yeah, you need to be on a Facebook Marketplace. I'm like, well, I got to change my whole thing of what I got going on Facebook because. It just, and now my husband has sold some stuff, but he sold and this seems to sell well pretty much on so many platforms. It's like technology. Yeah. So that sells well in like a lot of, platforms actually, especially eBay, obviously.
Yes.
But he's done really well with selling, technical stuff on Facebook as well. But yeah, I'm like, so I've got to change my whole game for the Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. It took me, I was stubborn. Took me almost 3-4 years where I just stopped. I was like, let me go grab a Dyson vacuum or something and put that up there,
and then sold it, right? And probably sold it since you put it up there, right?
Back, yeah.
and I heard that's a big market too. It's funny that you brought that up, but I heard like the one that you just mentioned. And there's some vacuum cleaners that I wouldn't even believe people would want anymore. They're like old vacuum cleaners, so people are crazy about them. The rainbow vacuum cleaners, they used to be like $1,000 for those back in the day. Yeah. They said if you get your hands on those, people are like grabbing those like crazy. Yeah. So that's definitely what sells on a Facebook Marketplace for whatever reason. So I know you said 5 years from now, like in the future, you're seeing, so some of the things you think about doing in the near future, you're definitely going to work on getting a webinar out so people can see how to like really bring shoes back to their glory. And I hope you're going to reshare that UGG video you did where you dyed the Uggs. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
So, but I know you're going to work on a webinar so people can actually learn how to do that skill set, because that is a really great skill set, and they can learn the proper tools and how to utilize the tools. Because I just want everybody to understand we're not talking about just cleaning shoes, because anybody can do that. We all know the products to clean shoes. It's like he's really going to step up. He's fixing he's sewing, he's painting when he has to, and now I've learned that he dyes certain certain shoes when he has to do that as well. So he's really doing what they call a fine detailing of shoes to get them, going. And he has clients that bring him these shoes because they want to keep their shoes. They just want them to look like new again. So keep that in mind. So be on a lookout for Donavan to be doing that in the near future. He's going to be coming up with a webinar and kind of how to get started, because he taught himself, which is really cool. So that's a really neat thing. And then, of course, so are you and your wife thinking about getting it on Amazon?
I don't know. You tell us.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, keep following along, because quite a few of us now are like on that Amazon ride. So yeah, I recommend it. I'm sure you do well. It's obviously it's more detail on that one, but I'm sure you can do it. Yeah. Definitely. So what is something else? Any other projects you think about working on in the future? I know, like you said, you're getting somebody. You're going to hire some people to do what you do now. But any other projects you thought about doing in the future?
I can't say. No, just taking it slow. Just trying to get to the next step. Talking to people, seeing who's gonna. I mean, I got people I'm thinking about. Who I think is gonna talk about my trustworthy, loyal people that's chatting and seeing who I'm gonna pass the torch to, basically, because it's the things that I learned. I think they're valuable.
Yeah, definitely. Because, like I said, in this day and time, people are trying to sustain the planet. Like we hear about, it's called a climate crisis. And hopefully Carla's still on. She's the one that came on earlier and said something about what you were saying. She said something about that she loved watching your videos. But she had Sustaina Bay, and I think I said her name correct. She's on Instagram. But she was just talking about, with the way clothes and how they make shoes, all of these things, if we don't learn to keep kind of what we got and enhance those, we're going to have a problem. And that's, it's no longer just what's it called, climate change. It's a climate crisis, and it's happening a lot faster than people think. So that's why I think what you're doing is really great, and it's good that you're having clients come to you and try to keep what they have, instead of going out there trying to get something brand new.
I agree.
And there's even people that thanks, Carla. There's even people that are and this sounds crazy. I don't know if you probably have heard about this. I heard about this recently, and I thought it was the craziest thing I ever heard. But there's people that even try to buy stuff that looks used.
Oh,
have you heard that before? That they just wanted to look used. I just thought that was like the weirdest thing. So you have heard about that market going down?
Yeah. You heard? Did you see the one? I don't know. People, I've seen it where they're selling like used socks on Poshmark. I don't know if you've seen that.
Oh, okay. Now I would not want to see that. You look. You know how sometimes you tell people to tag me. Don't tag me on that one. I don't even want to see that one. That is gross. I'm sorry. That is too gross. But yeah, there is a thing where they want their stuff looking used or whatever now, because it's becoming. Some people are getting into this because it's cool. They're not really concerned about, the climate crisis or anything. They just want to be cool. So that's kind of what's happening now too. People want stuff that looks used or whatever. So yeah, it's crazy out there. Very crazy. Definitely. So do you have any events or anything you would like to share with people, or tell anybody that might be happening in the near future that they can catch on, that you'd like to share right now?
I mean, I'm still sending out DMs for we're gonna be doing like sneaker raffles for the Jordans. We're gonna be doing like $4, $3 for a raffle for a pair of Jordans. If that's for the entry. And we're gonna be doing, me and my partner are gonna be doing shoe drive, shoe donations within our community. I'm gonna be in New Jersey. She's gonna be in New York. We're gonna fix up some shoes and give them out to people in the community. Just a basic cleaning, get them looking okay, and then we're gonna give out some shoes. Or whoever wants to donate, we'll just have a box and they'll put them in. But that's all I could think of.
Okay,
Right.
so that's really cool then. So basically, what you're gonna be doing is getting donations for people on shoes, and then of course you're gonna get them looking great again, obviously, and then y'all gonna be giving them out to the community, people that obviously are in need. So that's awesome, and that's gonna be happening in like the New York and New Jersey area, correct? Okay, that's really cool. And then the other thing you're doing, basically, you're saying, and I know you said you're doing this through DMs or whatever, but you're doing raffles for shoes too.
Yes.
Okay, so have you done that in the past, and how did that work?
No, this gonna be our first raffle. I've
Okay.
done giveaways before, but never a raffle.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, keep us posted on that and see how that works out. Okay, that's interesting. Because I'm sure I had never even thought about that doing a raffle. And you what you do is you create a like you said, a DM, a direct message group that you do that on, people that are expecting that. Okay, that's pretty smart.
Yeah,
I had not thought about that.
because it's
And
so
so
many.
they're expecting it. So then you kind of work, okay.
Yeah,
I like that concept. Yeah, Leah, keep me posted on that, okay? Well, Donovan, I want to thank you for coming out, taking your time, because I know you're extremely busy. You're probably like, I certainly would like to get back to my shoes, right? But I appreciate you taking time out to talk to me, because like I said, I know you're really busy. I'm pretty sure you got a couple of projects you got to work on like right now.
yeah.
Tell your wife hi and tell her she does exceptional job working the cover shots and everything on Poshmark. I love what she does. So let her know I said that. And tell your son we said hello. Okay. And I really appreciate you coming out. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
for having,
much.
you for having me, Terry. Seriously.
Hey, no problem. I appreciate it, Donovan. And if some of y'all were late to the show, which it happens, life happens. This is going to be on a podcast later on the week. He talks a little bit about his journey, and I appreciate everyone that came out. Thank you so much. Everyone have a wonderful, wonderful night. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you again.